paradise. Companions of the Prophet. Bukhari. Book 5. Volume 57. Hadith 18a. Narrated Abu Hurairah. I heard Allah's Apostle saying, anybody who spends a pair of something in Allah's cause will be called from all the gates of paradise, O Allah's slave. This is good. He who is amongst those who pray will be called from the gate of the prayer in paradise, and he who is from the people of jihad will be called from the gate of jihad. And he who is from those who give in charity, that is zakat, will be called from the gate of charity, and he who is amongst those who observe fast will be called from the gate of fasting. The gate of Rayyan. Abu Bakr said, he who is called from all those gates will need nothing. He added, will anyone be called from all those gates, O Allah's Apostle? He said, yes. And I hope you will be among those, O Abu Bakr. Bukhari. Book 5. Volume 57. Hadith 23. Narrated Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. I performed ablution in my house and then went out and said, today I shall stick to Allah's Apostle and stay with him all this day of mine in his service. I went to the mosque and asked about the Prophet. They said, he had gone in this direction. So I followed his way, asking about him till he entered a place called Bararas. I sat at its gate that was made of date palm leaves till the Prophet finished answering the call of nature and performed ablution. Then I went up to him to see him sitting at the well of Aras at the middle of its edge with his legs uncovered, hanging in the well. I greeted him and went back and sat at the gate. I said, today I will be the gatekeeper of the Prophet. Abu Bakr came and pushed the gate. I asked, who is it? He said, Abu Bakr. I told him to wait, went in and said, O Allah's Apostle. Abu Bakr asks for permission to enter. He said, admit him and give him the glad tidings that he will be in paradise. So I went out and said to Abu Bakr, come in. And Allah's Apostle gives you the glad tidings that you will be in paradise. Abu Bakr entered and sat on the right side of Allah's Apostle on the built edge of the well and hung his legs in the well as the Prophet did and uncovered his legs. I then returned and sat at the gate. I had left my brother performing ablution and he intended to follow me. So I said to myself, if Allah wants good for so-and-so, that is my brother, he will bring him here. Suddenly somebody moved the door. I asked, who is it? He said, Umar bin al-Khattab. I asked him to wait, went to Allah's Apostle, greeted him and said, Umar bin al-Khattab asks the permission to enter. He said, admit him, and give him the glad tidings that he will be in paradise. I went to Umar and said, come in, and Allah's Apostle gives you the glad tidings that you will be in paradise. So he entered and sat beside Allah's Apostle on the built edge of the well on the left side and hung his legs in the well. I returned and sat at the gate and said to myself, if Allah wants good for so-and-so, he will bring him here. Somebody came and moved the door. I asked, who is it? He replied, Uthman bin Affan. I asked him to wait and went to the Prophet and informed him. He said, admit him, and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise. I asked him to wait and went to the Prophet and informed him. He said, admit him, and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise after a calamity that will befall him. So I went up to him and said to him, come in. Allah's Apostle gives you the glad tidings of entering paradise after a calamity that will befall you. Uthman then came in and found that the built edge of the well was occupied, so he sat opposite to the Prophet on the other side. Said bin al-Musayyab said, I interpret this narration in terms of their graves. Bukhari. Book 5. Volume 57. Hadith 28. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullah. The Prophet said, I saw myself in a dream entering paradise, and behold, I saw Arkansas Abu Talha's wife. I heard footsteps. I asked, "Who is it?" Somebody said, "It is Bilal." Then I saw a palace and a lady sitting in its courtyard. I asked, "For whom is this palace?" Somebody replied, "It is for Umar." I intended to enter it and see it, but I thought of your Umar's gira and gave up the attempt. Umar said, "Let my parents be sacrificed for you, O Allah's apostle. How dare I think of my gira self? Respect being offended by you?" Bukhari. Book 5. Volume 57. Hadith 29. Narrated Abu Hurairah. While we were with Allah's apostle, he said, "While I was sleeping, I saw myself in paradise, and suddenly I saw a woman performing ablution beside a palace. I asked, 'For whom is this palace?' They replied, 'It is for Umar.' Then I remembered Umar's gira self. Respect and went away quickly. Umar wept and said, 'O Allah's apostle, how dare I think of my gira self? Respect being offended by you?" Bukhari. Book 5. Volume 57. Hadith 42. Narrated Abu Musa. While I was with the Prophet in one of the gardens of Medina, a man came and asked me to open the gate. The Prophet said to me, "Open the gate for him and give him the glad tidings that he will enter paradise." I opened the gate for him, and behold, it was Abu Bakr. I informed him of the glad tidings the Prophet had said, and he praised Allah. Then another man came and asked me to open the gate. The Prophet said to me, "Open the gate and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise." I opened the gate for him, and behold, it was Umar. I informed him of what the Prophet had said, and he praised Allah. Then another man came and asked me to open the gate. The Prophet said to me, "Open the gate for him and informed him of the glad tidings of entering paradise with a calamity which will befall him." Quotes. Behold, it was Uthman. I informed him of what Allah's apostle had said. He praised Allah and said, "I seek Allah's aid." Bukhari. Book 5. Volume 57. Hadith 34. Narrated Abu Musa. The Prophet entered a garden and ordered me to guard its gate. A man came and asked permission to enter. The Prophet said, "Admit him and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise." Behold, it was Abu Bakr. Another man came and asked the permission to enter. The Prophet said, "Admit him and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise." Behold, it was Umar. Then another man came, asking the permission to enter. The Prophet kept silent for a short while and then said, "Admit him and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise with a calamity which will befall him." Behold, it was Uthman bin Affan. Asim, in another narration, said that the Prophet was sitting in a place where there was water, and he was uncovering both his knees or his knee, and when Uthman entered, he covered them or it. Bukhari. Book 5. Volume 57. Hadith 97. Narrated the merits of Bilal bin Rabah, the freed slave of Abu Bakr. The Prophet said to Bilal, "I heard the sound of your shoes in paradise just in front of me.